right, now the country's electricity crisis could come to an end very soon. That's according to Electricity Minister Dr. Kgosientsho Ramokgopa, who has addressed the Green Hydrogen Summit in Cape Town. The summit is looking at how Africa can reduce its carbon footprint and how to reaffirm South Africa as a world leader in the green energy space. Reporter Heidi Giokos is at the summit and she joins us now live. Heidi, exactly what did the Electricity Minister have to say today? What does he mean we are going to see an end to load shedding soon?
Yes, indeed. I think this is a very big and important day, Masako, because it is, of course, the Green Hydrogen Summit where you have officials, including officials from, for example, Namibia, that are here today to discuss the way forward when it comes to the Green Hydrogen Summit. We were showing you visuals of the Minister of Electricity because we do understand that he will be doing a walkabout in, if I can call it, the Expo Centre. But this is a crucial time for this country because it's looking at renewables, it's looking at reducing the carbon footprints on in this country, but also on the African continent. And perhaps we can just start walking. It's going to be a little bit messy because there's just a lot of people everywhere at the moment. And actually, let's just wait for the minister to just finish here. But it's all about providing renewable energy and really reducing the carbon emission. But this is going to be a project that's going to be, it's going to take some time. It's also expected to create a number of jobs, but this is only probably going to be in the next 10 to 17 years that we are expecting about 30,000 jobs to be created. It's a different type of renewable energy that's going to be created. It's a lot cleaner. That's why it's called the Green Hydrogen Summit. But let's listen to what the President had to say about how important this is, not just for South Africa, but for the African continent.
The hydrogen economy has a prominent role to play in our country's just energy transition, providing employment and support to vulnerable workers, communities, and small businesses, and indeed also giving a great impetus to the growth of our medium and big businesses. It has been estimated that the hydrogen economy has the potential to add 3.6% to our gross domestic product by 2050 and approximately create, at the minimum, 370,000 jobs. Now, being South Africa, where jobs are scarce and our unemployment is significantly high, this would be no mean feat. In fact, it would be a major boost to lowering our unemployment levels.
And Heidi, I'm interested to know what's new that they said today. I mean, they've said we're going to see an end to load shedding over and over again, yet we still have load shedding in the evenings at least.
Yes, certainly, and I do want to get a sense from the Minister, Masako, but he is currently just engaging with other media. I'm going to just try and put my mic in and just ascertain exactly what he is saying.
It has a mix, so it doesn't necessarily displace or replace, but it adds onto the energy mix, and suddenly we can offer much, much more. And then, because remember, load shedding simply means what you are generating can't meet what you are demanding, and we know the areas that are demanding a lot from the grid are those manufacturing. So if they've got new sources, then it means that you are able to balance the grid and everyone will have the lights 24 hours of the day. And South Africa is a leader in this. And a lot of departments are involved in the coordination. There's the skills revolution. That's why when you talk about the just energy transition, you need to find new skills that can participate in this space. And that's what we are showcasing. So this is not a typical conference where we just talk, but we are able to illustrate the kind of progress that we are making, which is tangible, and working with private sector. That's very important. So it's not just government on its own, having conversation amongst the spheres of government, but it's everyone in the space. Sasol, Anglo-American, BMW, they've done the same with Toyota. Industry like heavy industry is also part of the conversation because they want to green their products. You know that there's what we call a carbon border adjustment mechanism. What that simply means is that your industrialized countries of the north are going to be very, very particular on the products that lands in their markets, how they were produced. So if they were produced by dirty forms of fuel, they will not be allowed access, or there will be a tariff. And that endangers the jobs here back home. And that's why it's important that we transition in keeping with what these requirements are. But we also have a duty to posterity, future generation. You know what climate change does. You have seen what it has done here in the Western Cape, what it did in the KZN. It's important that we protect even the poor against climate change, and these interventions are important.
And we are just passing, we are at the exhibition center and we are seeing some of those international partners. You highlighted the importance of collaboration, internal but global. Can you talk us through that? And then
so this is a typical example. So you have Ethiopia, Mauritania, Morocco, Egypt, Angola, participating Kenya. They are part of this. About 2 months ago, we were at the Africa Climate Change Conference. South Africa has taken the chairpersonship of the Africa Green Hydrogen Alliance, and the Minister of Electricity from South Africa has been appointed the chair. But what is the significance of this is that the conversation must not just be restricted to South Africa. It's a corridor, if you like. It's a complex, and African countries need to collaborate so that we are able to localize beneficiation, value addition. You create jobs, you industrialize on the back of this. We know the off-takers are your large industrialized countries, but it's important that on the back of this you create jobs, you create new skills, innovations, you determine standards. We don't have to be dictated to on what those standards are. We know better. Department of Science and Innovation, working together with many universities, they have done that before. So we'll work with our partners as equal partners to ensure that we explore, exploit, and realize, capitalize on these opportunities. Very close relationship with Namibia. The President concluded a binational commission with Namibia on Friday. Part of the conversation is around the collaboration on green hydrogen. This holds serious potential, not just on load shedding, but significantly on industrializing the South African economy, on skills of the future. That's very important. And DSI, DTIC, everyone is involved and invested in this. And Africans are speaking in one voice. This is the route we are following, and we are going to work together going into the future.
Okay, that was the Minister of Electricity, Dr. Heidi, just speaking about the importance of this Green Hydrogen Summit, what it's going to bring, not just for South Africa, but also for Namibia and for the African continent. And just the last part where he spoke about Masako, that everybody's speaking in one voice, which is so imperative, because we need to find a solution to moving away from fossil fuels and ensuring that we go greener, but also provide that necessary electricity. So that's just the gist of what is happening today. There's a lot of conversations. We know that Sasol, Anglo-American, as well as BMW are at the forefront of really driving this Green Hydrogen Summit and this massive project. There are about 9 projects. The Northern Cape, Eastern Cape and the Western Cape are provinces at the forefront of really driving the green hydrogen projects that is set to take off in a couple of years and really set to change the dynamics when it comes to renewable energy.
All right, Heidi Giokos.